Okay, we're good. What's going on, guys? Cruzin Podcast. We're back. Another episode. Today, we're going to talk about a few things. First, obviously, we want to talk about Euphoria. Episode 7, the last episode, the finale's next week. We got to see Uncharted over the weekend. We want to talk about that with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, which was an interesting one that we saw because we were kind of like skeptical on it. And we did get to see some Peacemaker. We kind of binged it over the weekend. We watched a lot. We saw Peacemaker in like 3 days. We finished season 1 of Euphoria.
Yeah.
And we got to see Uncharted, and then we saw the newest episode, Euphoria, which we're gonna rewatch season 2 as well. But I mean, let's just get right into it. First things first. I mean, with Euphoria, let's get into that for a second, because that was a really good episode. The funniest, the memes are always the best thing to look at after you finish the episode, especially with the Cassie at that final shot of Cassie when she's just going crazy, like completely crazy with her eyes open, and that already became a meme, you know, like, oh, me outside the studio's headquarters if something happens to Fez. But Sydney Sweeney is really, again, each episode, like, she's really showing her acting. I think all of them. I mean, Maddie,
all of them.
But everybody is acting in this is great. Sydney Sweeney, though, like the tears, the craziness, how she puts the switch on. Like, I believe that she's going crazy. You know, Jacob Elordi as Nate, he's doing really good because you see his character going through these changes, and Lexi, this is definitely Lexi's episode for sure. This was like her way of like speaking up about everyone and all their bullshit. You know, that's her way. It was a great episode. It was a nice episode. The one thing I did want to mention that I forgot to mention after we finished watching it was how healthy Rue looks.
Yeah.
In this episode.
Like, shit, after what the mom told her.
But because episode 5, 6, you know, because she was her recovering. But some time had passed.
Yeah.
It had been some, like, so there is a time jump in this.
Well, I don't know how big.
Because remember where she said, oh, Lexi and Fez have been talking for a couple months. And, like, so there was, like, a little bit of, like, a time jump.
I don't think it was months. Like, I don't think the time jump was months, though.
It could have been a couple weeks, though, because Rue looks really healthy.
Because I mean, I should have showed it. I should have said it.
Because they were in, what I liked about the episode, it was showing what happened after last episode, but just like
little
flashbacks, you know, just kind of cutting back and showing you what's been happening since then.
Yeah. There was times I was like getting confused, like what was
which
part
timeline
of the play,
are we in? Yeah,
or like which was the play or which was the like?
Yeah, what's a memory or like what's present? Like, oh, this happened after the last episode.
Yeah,
like when Maddie wanted to talk to Cassie.
I think it was like a little.
It got a little confusing.
A little bit. Like there was like, wait, what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
I saw on Twitter. Like, people were like, wait, let's see what Cat, was that in the play? People were like, was that shit in the play? Or was that like a memory
her
of
dancing?
Of her back, she's doing that again, the webcam stuff. But I think it's her doing the webcam again.
Is that what that meant?
Yeah, since she broke up.
She's back with...
And never, because since last time we saw her, she broke
Ethan.
up with this.
Yeah.
Ethan.
Well, he broke up with her. Good for him. Good for him.
I don't know what she
And a lot of people were saying how happy he looks, like, in his element, doing the play and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I mean, he carried that play. Did everything. That I love how.
Oh yeah, what was like? What was the meme? His back hurting because he did everything.
He was the mom. He was Nate.
Yeah.
He was the.
Lexi and Cassie's mom was so good in the episode because her reaction was so good.
It's that mom.
That was like
reaction.
That proud reaction because she was like, she knows that that's her and she's like okay with. What I loved about this episode, you see everybody's character based off how they interpret the play.
Yeah, like,
how was Rue throughout the whole episode? Laughing, enjoying it. She was like, oh, because she, you know, she understood it, but she didn't take offense to it. You know.
Well, I think like Cassie took. I feel like
it got her emotional
because,
but she also got offended because again they're looking at themselves, you know, from a different perspective.
I think she got offended when Nate. I love how she called out Nate.
Yeah, because that was season 1 Nate. All of season 1. Remember he was always shirtless or whatever.
That was funny.
But what makes it interesting is because obviously in season 2 we find out a lot more about Cal and Nate's backstory.
All I know is that high school has a lot of money.
Yeah, that was a great.
That's a Broadway.
That's a high budget play.
Yeah, that's a Broadway play.
Yeah, that was awesome. The play itself was great. Ethan was like carrying the whole show. I love the mom's reaction to everything, like laughing, and because it shows you where everybody's at. Like and the mom is so.
And Jules, she was just
watching.
No, but she didn't say not one word, no dialogue.
She was just there. Yeah,
she was just like a soccer mom.
Yeah, and you see everybody's like Rue's just laughing, right?
Maddie was kind of just watching.
And I think also she was kind of like learning from the play a little bit because of what Cassie did for her, and like they're remembering their friendship.
And she loved it when she called out Nate.
Yeah,
like she was like so happy about
and then
that.
Cassie was just watching it, and like she obviously felt insulted because she never understood how she comes off when she talks, because she's always in her own world, like with Lexi in the play, right? Like, oh, I feel like I look terrible, but she literally looks great. While and Lexi, like she never listens to Lexi about her issues.
It's kind of showing the difference between her and Maddie. Like when Lexi, like she had the small boobs, she's like, oh, but the guys like small boobs. But then when it showed Maddie, it was her like, who cares what people think?
Yeah,
just be yourself.
Yeah. And then Cassie is more.
And because that was a great scene, that Maddie and Lexi.
Yeah, about the confidence and stuff.
Like,
that was a great
that
scene.
was a really good like scene.
The only thing I have an issue with is because everybody's like, oh, Maddie's so awesome, but we just finished watching season 1. She did help Nate set up that guy and put him to jail.
Yeah,
and
but she has
that could be a season 3.
But she has a like she could say, oh well, he threw me with a gun to make me do that.
Yeah, I hope we can get some redemption for her in that, with that, like maybe in season 3 with Nate.
But she is like,
Nate threatened her with a gun too.
But like she is a good person. Like the way she when she has like to Rue or
yeah,
Yeah,
Cassie this season, I mean, what she called Rue a drug addict. Why would you listen to her? Or how she doesn't confront Maddie about what happened and stuff like that. And again, acting all around really good when Maddie is trying to confront Cassie.
And I feel like the promo for the next episode, it was kind of showing like Maddie defending Lexi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I feel like...
Because Cassie's just so caught in her own world.
Because she has this, like, she wants to be controlled. I guess
she'll do anything for love, like for people, so for someone to love her.
That scene though, like oh, I want you to like control me, what I eat, what I do, what I wear.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And how he's kind of like dressing her, like kind of like Maddie.
She's doing
Jules.
Whatever he wants. Yeah,
and she looked like Jules mixing Maddie.
There's some great shots in this show, man.
Yeah,
great shots, great like camera work, and. Yeah, Cassie is just so consumed of just like someone love me that she doesn't care, like even if it's in a toxic way.
And I liked how it was showing like, because when they talk about her dad, Cassie's dad, it was through her point of view.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was so good.
But then when we see through her sister's point of view, it wasn't,
because Cassie's so caught. She has no idea of her surroundings. She didn't see her dad as like out of it and like this drug addict or drunk, and he wasn't paying attention. Lexi saw it.
And she's like, oh, like, can we have mom?
But Cassie just had no idea of her surroundings. She's so like just almost like an airhead almost, Yeah. And then Lexi just kind of saw everything. She's like, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
Crying in the back.
And the scenes with Rue and her, like showing how their friendship.
Yeah. And how good of a friend Rue was at one point before she kind of just went off the rails. But then also I liked, you get to see Rue's reaction of that. And the play is going to... It's like bringing people together, but also
all I know is
the only one that it's really messing up is
Nate
Cassie and Nate, because that whole scene with Nate, and the guys and stuff, that like obviously triggered him, because not only because he cares about what other people think, obviously it's going to ruin his reputation, but what triggers him again, he's been having nightmares of his dad and like his own problems.
Yeah, his nightmare was like. His dad, that scene with him and a cow. Like,
he's fucked up in the head. So you start to have some empathy towards him. So you understand why he's triggered, but he was an asshole. The whole.
I mean, look what he did to Maddie.
Yeah.
The last episode.
He's out
was
of
the
it.
last episode?
Episode
with the gun?
6, yeah.
Yeah, with a gun, like he literally.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh no, I was joking."
Yeah,
like,
he's not.
Joking?
Yeah, he's not all there, and. So I'm very interested to see, and obviously the Fez situation was awesome.
He didn't make,
and him with his roses, and But I love the scene because it's him telling this girl, what was her name? It's with an A.
Is it Kyla?
Kayla? It's with an A, I think.
No, I think
the blonde girl, the one he's been helping.
The big lip girl.
Yeah, and she's like, she feels bad about what's going on, and it's just him being like super nice, like, oh, how does this look? What do you think? I thought that was done really well. Yeah, I'm so happy because I was like, I hope this doesn't go problematic.
No,
like,
but Ashtray, like he
spotted it right away.
His fucking spider senses were taking
So,
that one.
Shit's gonna go down next episode for that, for sure. I think it might be Ashtray.
I saw the promo. Like when you see the sneak preview, you see blood on Fez on the letter.
Yeah,
someone dies.
Yeah, they've been really good with these promos at like misleading you.
No, but I have a feeling,
something's gonna happen.
I have a feeling it might be Ashtray, man. That's gonna suck.
Yeah, let's see.
It better not be Ashtray, man.
But I thought the play was awesome
because the way Ashtray like that was a good thing. Like he saw it, but he got the knife and he was just waiting,
he's sitting there. Yeah,
he's just gonna stab him. He's just gonna go for the kill.
I mean, he's the one that killed the last guy too.
But I think what I think is gonna happen, he's gonna stab him. Police go in, they're gonna shoot him because he has a weapon.
Yeah, shoot him or take him down. Let's see.
Fuck.
Let's see. It's been really good so far. Fez was awesome. Ashtray, and the play was really good. The play was really funny. It was like refreshing.
He never made the play.
I think Lexi does great in this. Her being like this like dictator on set, like I don't care.
When she told the one who's playing Cassie, oh like you're being
dial
like,
it
too
down,
much.
dial it down.
And she started crying. It's like the why are you crying?
Just take the note and move on. Yeah, that was really cool. And how she said in the behind the scenes, like that's how she was during her high school play, like she had to produce, and she said that she was terrible, like she was like this dictator, and so like she was like, oh, that would be funny to do here, which it worked perfectly. Like that was really good. No, great episode, and it was also again nice to see Rue just like healthy. She looked healthy. Like it's amazing what makeup can do for a show, right? Like we were so used to seeing her so messed up.
Just dirty.
Yeah, and there she looked really healthy. I
noticed in that promo, what's going on with that drug dealer that she owed money to?
Yeah.
Did that happen? Did that get resolved off screen?
I'm sure it'll come around. Again, they're really good at hiding what's going to happen.
Or maybe that might be a season 3.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see.
Because that's why I don't think it was months. Because remember, the drug was like, oh, by the end of the month, I better have my money. Yeah, so we'll have to see. So because that's a question that I'm curious. Like, wait, because she's there.
Yeah, she escaped from that.
Yeah,
we'll have to see what happens there.
And the mom, man, that mom just sucked.
And what the mom told her.
But it makes sense because because now it's affecting
But I
Gia.
think I get it because the mom she can't go through that again. Like, well, we just went through season 2, right? Like she's been through it one time, she went through it again. She's like, I can't do this again.
No, and there's no way. And how Gia, like, what she's like,
Gia's not doing well. Yeah, again, because that episode with Ali telling her, hey, like, pay attention to her. Like, don't worry about Rue. She knows. Because it's true. Like, Rue at the end of the day knows, like, she has to want to help herself. And I think she really had a wake up call already. Like, because her at that play, she looked. And they did that on purpose. They made her glow. Like, she was glowing. Yeah. And like looking at that play was kind of bringing her back, bringing those memories back, but she was looking at it in a different way. And
yeah, I really hope season 3 it's normal Rue. I don't think you can't. I think she kind of dial back already.
Yeah,
on the drug.
This season was literally her rock bottom, so you can see. And I think she's starting to recover, especially with her mom told her. I think with Gia and stuff. I think she realized okay,
because
I need to get my shit together.
When she turns 18, you're out of the house.
If you want to end up in the streets, and it's kind of true what she said. Like, I'd rather lose one than both. It's harsh. It was harsh. I think she should have just stopped at like, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, but I get it though.
But she's done. Like, her foot. Like, and that's what Ali says. Like, you gotta let them know how frustrated you are. Like, it's not okay, so they can understand that. So that was really good. No, great episode, and we get to learn a lot. And I guess Lexi and Fez have hung out before.
I don't know how she's passing high school. That Rue, because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know actually. I don't want to know what her grades are.
Yeah, because I don't know. what
Yeah.
college she's going to, because she hasn't done anything.
Yeah, I know. But no, great episode. I mean, this season has been great so far.
And the ending, like
The to be continued with
and
Cassie.
It was just Cassie there.
Love that. So good. And she looked crazy. Like she's going, I don't know what is going on with her, but that was really good. I wanted more. So we got to wait another week, but I'm excited. That was really great.
And the way, like, how was Lexi was the one that called out Nate. That was
yeah, and like that was a long song too. Like they really went at it. And the Ethan guy did so good. Like he was like, yeah.
Oh, they're all benching.
And that was great. That was great. And let's see what happens in the finale. Wait and see what happens in the finale. Great episode though.
They're gonna kill Ashtray.
Yeah, let's see. It's next Sunday, and then that's it. It's done.
Hopefully, season 3 doesn't take as long as.
No. I think they already greenlit it. I think it'll be soon.
And
it's such a hit right now.
HBO, it's a lot of money they're
It's
making.
a lot of money they're making, so they're not gonna slow down this time. But yeah, anything else on Euphoria? Yeah, that's.
Just wait.
Yeah, our thoughts on Euphoria. That finale is gonna be crazy. Let's see.
Fez, man.
Fez better be alive. No, they're gonna keep him alive. The whole Lexi infesting is going really well.
Ashtray, I
think Lexi is gonna be his like way of like maybe like leaving that life.
What I think is when Ashtray, if Ashtray does die,
goes to jail or whatever,
I think he's gonna die. Fez is gonna realize I'm done with this life. And
he has Lexi now. He realizes, yeah, it's changing his views.
But Ashtray, I hope Ashtray goes out like a boss though.
Let's see,
because he's badass.
I don't think he'll die, but let's see. I
have a feeling.
That guy is such a snake, though. I hate that. What's up, Playboy? And I love it how he doesn't say anything. He's just staring at we know.
Yeah,
love that. So good.
Who was staring?
Ashtray. He was staring at. Yeah, he knew. Fez was just like in his own world. He's like, oh, I'm going out.
He was just getting dressed.
But Ashtray knew right off the bat, so that was cool. But
yeah, I mean, he made it so obvious when he called his girl over. He was like, "Peek."
Yeah.
And Ashtray was literally staring. Like,
yeah, I like that. That was awesome.
Oh man.
Let's see. We'll definitely be talking about the finale. But also what we got to see this last weekend is we're gonna shift. We saw Uncharted. Tom Holland and Zendaya are just killing it right now. They're both in Spider-Man No Way Home, the biggest movie in the last couple of years. And then Zendaya is in the biggest TV show in a while, Euphoria. And then Tom Holland just is, doing great at the box office again with Uncharted because it's making money. And they're already saying this. I think the head of Sony was already saying this is going to be their next franchise.
No, they're trying to do more. Movies.
This is gonna be their next franchise.
I think the next one they want to do is Horizon.
Yeah,
like Horizon, Horizon movie or something.
But with the Uncharted, it's making money, and people are enjoying it. And this is we're gonna talk about Uncharted now. How do I say this? Because it's obviously
the movie for me was average
as an Uncharted. Like, is it a good Uncharted adaptation? Not necessarily. No.
It's its own take.
But I feel like it's its own take, but I also feel like it didn't disrespect Uncharted either.
Which I
really liked.
It tried to stay true to what it was.
The material, and I kind of understood what Tom Holland said in that interview we saw last night where he said, oh, if the idea is, if we just make an Uncharted movie like the game, then you're just going to play the game, which is kind of true. I kind of get that. Here we're getting this is almost like a prequel.
No, and it's a mix of stuff from all the other games.
They're taking inspiration from the games, but the time it's a younger Nathan Drake. I'm fine. I was fine with that. We went into it. I was kind of worried. I was like, but you know what? I caught myself.
Wasn't as bad as
I caught myself kind of. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I wasn't kind of when is this going to end? Because there's some bad movies that, I would say Venom Let There Be Carnage is a shorter movie. And that movie, I was like, when is this going to end? With Uncharted, I actually caught myself like really enjoying it. I thought it was like the humor was pretty funny most of the time.
Sometimes.
Some parts I would have liked a little, little specifics here and there that I thought would have been funny, but I thought Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg actually had some good chemistry. And who plays Chloe, I thought she did good. I saw some people were like, oh, her lines were like annoying. I didn't find her. I thought she was actually good.
She was just there.
She was fine. Like, I thought the chemistry was actually good. It was pretty, like, it was surprisingly funny. Like, I thought it was funny. I think Mark Wahlberg was actually funny because he was the most I was worried about. But I actually enjoyed it. My only biggest, like,
I just don't want to give the mustache. Just give him the mustache.
Yeah. Also, my biggest issue was the action.
Yeah,
like,
the action
the set pieces were good. Like, where they had the action was good.
But it just wasn't
but
done
how
well.
it was executed, too much cutting and too much. I didn't see what was going on. There's one sequence towards the third act in the boat that it was actually a really cool moment.
With Mark Wahlberg.
It was, Tom Holland like putting on like the little like vest, and that's his moment of like Nathan Drake. Actually, it was actually a really cool.
But the
scene.
action just wasn't like.
And then when him and Sully or Mark Wahlberg start fighting and stuff, it was supposed to be a cool moment. They're like back to back and they're fighting and they're like, working together. But the movie is cut so bad, like at least the action scene was cut so bad that I couldn't see what was going on. And that really bothered me because Tom Holland is such a good physical actor.
Yeah.
He does his stunts. He's very acrobatic. He's athletic. You have that. You see him jumping over the tables in the B-roll footage, the behind the scenes, him jumping the wall, jumping off the rail. Like, he does all that, and you don't utilize it. Like, get longer takes. I'm not saying get a whole, like, hallway scene, but just establish a longer shot and, like, let us see what's going on,
Yeah, there was times like, I don't know what's happening.
It was cutting the weight. That's the one thing, because if the action in this was better, like, executed better, I would have liked it a lot more. Yeah. Because that's what it was missing. Like, the harder things that I thought I was worried about was that. I was worried about the humor, the dialogue. And all that I thought was actually pretty fine. Like, I thought it was enjoyable. What hurt me that I thought wasn't going to be an issue was the action. And they really let me down on that because that's the most important part, And that's what hurt it for me big time. Because if the action was good, it really would have enhanced everything else because everything else was pretty good. I thought Mark Wahlberg was funny. There were some funny lines with him. Tom Holland was good. Everybody was actually really good, and the movie was pretty coherent. It didn't feel draggy. It was like it was paced really well, and Antonio Banderas is really good in this.
Even though,
but he was actually like he made sense.
But he matched as an Uncharted villain.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the best like Uncharted adaptation. It's not like a direct like yes, this is Nathan Drake. It's like a prequel, No,
it's its own spin.
It's its own spin of a young Nathan Drake, which we kind of get a glimpse in the games, but not necessarily. And I'm okay with that. But I kind of get what they're going for of like the younger versions of these people. So like you're not really competing with the games. You're kind of like enhancing that story almost. It's almost like a prequel.
I mean, also they just wanted Tom Holland because he's a star.
Right, but also it's kind of true. Like, if you try to cast someone, and you're kind of competing with the games, and I guess it's kind of true. You can just you'd rather play the game than.
Because you could have gone because people always wanted the Nathan Fillion.
That's true.
Because look at that short film he did.
That short film was really good.
And you could have done something like that. Like you don't have to,
That's true.
I think they just wanted Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. Well, mostly Tom Holland because he's a superstar.
Yeah,
the guy is one of the top.
Yeah, and you can now. Just play the young Nathan Drake,
and he brings in fans. Like he's gonna bring in the money.
Yeah, and
because he's Spider-Man. He's
because he had went in to Sony pitching like a young James Bond movie.
Yeah. No, we're not even.
And then the Sony execs were like, oh, okay, like we have this Uncharted thing. What if we did a young Nathan Drake?
Yeah.
And they went from there, which, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
The movie was fine. It was average.
But it was enjoyable. Like it was like it's like a fun B movie.
Yeah, it's
and there was times I was like, oh, like
but it's just the action though, which is really.
If the action was better, I think we would have enjoyed it a lot more, because good action is always good, And especially in a movie like this, because the set pieces were good. It was just the execution wasn't that great, you know? Because the humor was there. I thought it was fun. Like, you know, like Mark Wahlberg, I'm literally in a Papa John's right now. Because it's kind of, it makes sense. Or like that club scene, you know, just little things here and there.
But that club scene, that fight scene could have been so much better.
Because there was a cool shot of him getting hit, but I wish there was more of that. But the cutting
and also they changed some of the dialogue from the trailers. It was actually more funny in the trailer than in the actual movie.
Yeah, I don't know why Sony does that.
Like when the Irish guy, he was like talking in the trailer.
He's supposed to say what?
He's like what?
That makes more sense. But then the movie,
he said, "Oh, what did he
I'm
say?
sorry.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry."
Yeah, like, I don't know why they changed the take.
You can tell they had different like versions of him saying different things, but what felt more funny
in the trailer.
I
don't know why they changed it.
Yeah, or what was the other one?
When the car's hitting him, he says, "Oh crap!" But in the movie, he says something else.
No, that's in the trailer.
Yeah, oh crap.
Yeah, but in the actual movie,
he says something else.
Not again.
Yeah, he just, I don't know. It wasn't even like.
Yeah.
The oh crap made more sense.
If that felt more Nathan Drake.
So I don't know why they do that. Like they changed from the trailer shot to it's not
because those scenes weren't really that funny when like the one with the Irish guy.
Because I was expecting the what? Because we've seen the trailer 1,000 times.
But that felt more funny to me.
It made more sense.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed some of that.
I don't know why they do that. They did the same thing with Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that
with the Scooby-Doo this crap and then like Scooby-Doo this shit. You know, so it's like I don't know why they're doing that lately. Well, I get it because of the cursing, but here, like, why do that? Like, that was a good line.
That was actually more funny.
Why did you change it in the movie? But
and that bar scene could have been cool, but it was just so cutty. I was like, what is happening?
I hope for the sequel. Now we know the chemistry's there, right? Like it's their own take. Fine, I'll respect that.
But I wonder when they're gonna like do it.
I'm sure they'll greenlight it soon.
It's gonna be like one of those it's gonna take forever.
Let's see, but I hope for the sequel they can really improve the action. That's the main thing I would ask for because the chemistry's there, the humor worked, but the action really didn't work.
Part 2 they gotta better the action
because because
you can do a cool one take scene with Tom Holland.
Yes, Tom Holland is so athletic.
Like
he does his stunts, and he did look good. He did look good, like in the action stuff when you could see what was going on. Like he looked good, like when he was going off the rope or when he put the vest for the first. I thought that was actually really cool. Like that's why I felt like it was respectful to the games.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like this is our take now. Like no, it was respectful towards the games, and we got to see him actually become the Nathan Drake that we know, right? Like when he puts the vest on and he gets the gun. That was cool. Or like that shot when he's like shooting the guy up in the deck. That was cool. It's like, okay, like Tom Holland looks good here. Like I don't mind. Like it looks good. I just wish the action was better because you could get like a cool like in the game, get like this cool long sequence of action with him because he can do it. And a perfect example was him in Spider-Man fighting Willem Dafoe at the end or the hallway scene. Notice it was wider takes, longer takes, so the action was so much better. And that's him being physical. And that's what made that movie so great, especially the action. And then I wish they kind of did something like that here because he's really good. Like, you have Tom Holland. You wanted somebody young. Because if you didn't have a Tom Holland, if you had an older guy, like, yeah, I get it. But you have Tom Holland. Like, he can give you that. Tom Holland's really good. And that's the one thing that I think really hurt it because everything else was good. I thought, the vest.
And I think it's also maybe the director, like their
style. The style.
But I feel like you can do a cool stuff. You have Tom Holland.
That should be their goal, right? Like in Mission Impossible, there's like their dedications on the action and getting a good scene out of it. Like they should do that with Tom Holland.
Even I want to say Indiana Jones, like that has some cool like sequences.
Something like that with Tom Holland. Like he's like this. He could be this generation's like Indiana Jones, but with Uncharted, because that's what Uncharted is. It's kind of like an Indiana Jones, like in a different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can do stuff like that, like because it doesn't always have to be action, but something like with Harrison Ford when the ball's chasing him.
Just
he's running,
just surviving, just running. Yeah.
Like you can do stuff like that with them. Like I don't know why the action was just too cutty.
Yeah.
We watched the B-roll. I was like, wait, that was in the movie. I didn't even notice that.
I couldn't tell. Yeah.
I couldn't even.
Because it's a shame because that would have made this an even better movie. Like way better.
Action is a big part.
Because the humor was there. We were laughing. There were some parts that we were actually laughing. And we were like, oh, like I was having fun with it.
It was fine. Like yeah,
it was fun. It was a fun B movie. But if the action was there, like if the action hit well, it would have been a way better movie. But I did enjoy it. I did. And I feel like a lot of people are. I was reading on it and looking at the audience scores, and people are saying like
a 70 or something.
I think it was higher. It was higher than that.
Yeah, it's fine. Like you enjoy.
People are saying like, oh yeah, it's actually really enjoyable. Like it's not. And what I do like is that they do respect the material.
That's all it is. You gotta just respect it.
They did respect it. We got a cool cameo of Nolan North.
Yeah.
Who plays Nathan Drake in the games. That was a cool cameo. He's like, yeah, that's kind of happened to me before too.
And
so
it's good because when you hear him talk, it's like
that's him. Yeah,
like he's so natural. Like he's just Nathan Drake.
That's true. Like he's just
naturally like that. Because if you watch his like the tape of him like trying to get the role,
it's just him.
It's literally just him acting. It's just literally just him.
And that was cool. And also, like, getting sequences from the games or little callbacks. I think there was a moment, like, they're saying, like, the soundtrack of the game is in it.
Yeah, I probably missed it.
It was probably when he puts on the
I think that's when he puts on
that was a cool moment. That was actually, like, I was like, oh, that's... Like, they respected the material. And it's their own take. And I just wish the action was a little better. I hope that's something they could improve on in the next one.
And
because, Mark Wahlberg wasn't bad. Like, it was his own version of Sully. Yeah. We do get the mustache at some point, but I would now that their relationship is established.
Now you can do it.
Let's see. I'll see a second one. I would like to see a second one and
hopefully
make those improvements.
But they just gotta make a lot of improvements to it.
Make those improvements.
You gotta make the action like really good.
Because the hard part is the chemistry, and they got that.
But the action is a big
now
part.
Just better the action, You
can do a cool one take, and it's not always have to be action, him fighting. Like, do something where he
adventurous.
Takes... like where he takes something at the trap, he has to run away.
And we got glimpses of that, right? Like him climbing the ship or like jumping around,
Yeah, I would like
but a little bit more of that. Running away from something, like something's collapsing.
Yeah, I would like a little bit of that. Uncharted, like where like the bell's falling and he's like, I don't know, it's something cool. Because we got the airplane stuff, the airplane.
Something like that, but more like the more grounded stuff. Obviously, they're going for the biggest thing. But
but like more grounded, like just
he's running on the ground and stuff like that. I think that would have...
And I want like a little bit more of the adventure. I feel like this had it, but I feel like it was very cut short. I like, again, because I'm just so used to the games where it's like...
A game, this whole 10, 12-hour story.
Yeah. But I would like more because I feel like the movie, the way they figured out everything like very fast. But again,
they have to.
But again, it's a movie, so you have to.
They actually have to solve you have to solve it with them. Because I thought of that too.
Like Dora
yeah. Because I thought of that too. Like, oh yeah, but they did have it. Like it's them trying to figure out the puzzle, but you can't.
I don't I feel like in oh my god, what's his name? The Jones, Indiana Jones. I forgot the name. Like, I feel like that one did it better. Right? Like, in the sense of, like, the adventure, like figuring out stuff. I don't know. I just felt like it was very quick. And also, like, they didn't go into, like, a cave or, like...
There's different set pieces. They kind of did, but it was a different, like, looking cave.
But, like, it wasn't, like, I don't know, like, there was no threat.
Yeah.
There was no, like, threat in there.
That one part with the trap, but that was it.
That was funny. He was, like, look.
I'll go this way.
Clockwise.
Oh, that too, yeah. Or when Tom Holland's like, oh, but the arrow's pointing this way. Like, those scenes worked. Mark Wahlberg worked with the whole, like, oh, yeah, clockwise.
It says clockwise. Yeah. And
it was good. It was enjoyable. I'll watch. I want there to be a second one. I would like to see a second one with those improvements.
Yeah, better action, a little bit more of that adventure. Like, just the sense of, like, when they're figuring out the clues, something's collapsing, and then...
And I think now they can do that because they established their relationship. Because, obviously this movie is, like, how do they meet? And
yeah, you gotta do
the
all
hesitance of, like, oh, I don't want to work with you. Now they can do that. Like, and I think that post-credit scene really teased it, right? Like, now...
Yeah,
it's like Nathan Drake doing his own thing, and then like Sully comes in.
I'm trying to think what character that was at the post credit.
I'm not sure.
The one that when it ends right when they turn around. I wonder who.
Yeah, which is weird because there's no spoiler in this because it's in the commercials, which is weird. But
yeah, but they just they
didn't care. They just wanted to But that post credit scene actually made me excited to watch another one because now their relationship is established. So now we can really just see them going. Like, what's the next thing? And they did nail like his outfit and stuff. Like it looks,
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. But I like the fact of how they kind of like, it was just like, I don't know, I just accepted. I was like, it's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
But it was funny, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you gotta roll with it.
So yeah,
just better action.
That's the main thing. I would recommend it if you haven't seen it. Go watch. It was fun. It's a fun movie. Enjoy
your time.
And Tom, it's number 1 in the box office right now. It's doing well, so they're gonna do a second one. I would like to see a second one, and with those improvements, mainly the action. By action, meaning that action, like just don't cut as much, and the more of the adventure. Get Tom Holland, like really, like make him work in that sense. Like, but it's not that you get him working, you just don't film it well. Like
that whole bar scene.
You're putting him you're not doing him justice. Like you have him there, and you're not doing him justice because he's so good. Because
that whole bar scene. It was cool, but I did not know what the fuck is going on. Yeah. It cut 8 times. I was like, what the hell is happening?
And it's a shame because Tom Holland's putting in a lot of work, but you're not filming it well, and that kills me. But let's see. The second one, I think if they can make those improvements, that would be great, So, yeah, I mean, anything else on Uncharted? Enjoyable. Go watch it if you haven't. It's watch it in IMAX.
Yeah.
They didn't have it for us on IMAX. Now they do, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
Really enjoyable. Tom Holland's on a roll right now. He's on a roll.
A lot of money.
A lot of paper. And
a lot of green.
A lot of green. Really enjoyable. And obviously, you're going to have people that are like, oh,
Yeah, because it's not exactly like
And I understand that.
And I get it. Yeah, because that was sometimes with me, it's not the game.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the. But I can appreciate the fact that it's not trying to be the game. It's respecting the game. It's like a younger version. I'm okay with that.
It's just doing its own thing, its own version.
But I like the respect that it gave to the material, especially nowadays where all these studios are all about just shitting on original IP. I liked it. I felt the love for the game. Like they respected it. Whether it's having the cameo of Nolan North or when he puts on the vest and it's like, oh, okay, it's a cool origin.
They're gonna get Troy Baker.
Yeah,
part 2.
It's a cool origin story though. I thought it was a cool way of introducing him in the movie world. So yeah, I mean, go watch it if you haven't yet. And yeah, anything else before? No. Real quickly before we wrap this up, we did get to see Peacemaker because I did have someone. Reach out to me on social media like, oh, you're going to talk about Peacemaker when it first came out. And I did want to talk about it briefly. We binged it. And I feel like, us binging it helped because we got to just really just absorb it all. And we didn't have to wait weekly because, between Euphoria and all this other stuff. And Peacemaker, John Cena, I got to say, we weren't really interested in watching it. And then we kind of got spoiled with the ending. It's not really a spoiler, but it was the cameos. And I was like, let me see what goes on in this. People were talking about
that's
it.
That's the new thing.
Yeah, people love spoiling stuff.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. And
it's like it's been a day and you guys are
people love spoiling stuff. And especially with Twitter, where now it's showing you accounts that you don't even follow.
I don't.
So they're posting spoilers, but I don't follow them. So I have no control over that. That makes no sense.
I always hit the X to don't stop showing me tweets, but it keeps showing me tweets. It's like, okay.
So I hate that. But anyway, so I was like, let's watch it. Why not? And, we can talk about it. We've been watching a lot this last week. And, I got to say, man, it was really funny. It was really, really funny. We had some issues with it, but for the most part, I got to say, I didn't think I was going to like it because I wasn't. It's not that I just had no desire to watch it. I was like, oh, okay, a Peacemaker show. I didn't even know. I was like, but I think John Cena does really good.
Yeah.
He is funny. His delivery with his facial expressions and his dialogue, there's some good moments. I mean, the moments we were talking about, we gotta watch it again when we go upstairs. So like, I'm sorry, what? When we go to the room, we gotta rewatch it. But the scene of when those two people, he's tying them up, the people in the apartment building when he's trying to escape, and the girl's like trying to have sex with him, and the husband's like, "What are you doing?" You know, like John Cena's execution in those comedy moments, just with his facial expression, is really funny.
Yeah.
And also, I think Vigilante steals the show.
Because he's like a kick-ass mixed with Deadpool.
Yeah, but
like it's a good mix. Who
plays him? Freddie. I forgot his last name, but he does so good. Like the second he enters the show, like he stole it. He stole the show. He really did.
He's funny.
You know, like that. You think what is that he says? When I kill people that do wrong in this world, and he's like, graffiti. When I kill someone that murders someone or sells heroin or graffiti, and I kill them and I murder them with my bare hands, eyeballs popping out of their sockets, you think that gives me pleasure? But it was just, it's really like, it was real weird. And the dialogue, the jokes in it, James Gunn, I was surprised again because Suicide Squad was like good. We enjoyed Suicide Squad. It was funny. Yeah. But here, like the comedy in this, again, but John Cena is that comedic character.
Yeah, because Suicide Squad was more about
everybody. You have to.
Was it Bloodsport?
Yeah,
his name.
Yeah, and you have to balance. You have to balance a lot out. Here, you get to really stretch it, and Vigilante steals the show. He's so funny. John Cena as Peacemaker is really good, really good. Like his comedy, and I was like, man, John Cena.
Yeah, he's in good.
Really does well because not only with the comedy, but also the emotional parts. Because the show, when it gets emotional, is actually really good. You know, him and Eagly or Hardcore, like it. When the emotion is there, it's there. I was like, wow. Or like the scene with what's his name, the IT guy, right?
Yeah.
When the butterflies
Graybeard?
are what is it? Graybeard?
Is it Graybeard or
tie beard? Or
something
yeah,
like tie beard.
And when he's revealing of why his beard, but it's an emotional moment, but it's also funny.
Because they're all making fun.
But John Cena, his acting, for those emotional moments.
Yeah, because in that part he realized he's like, damn,
wow, I'm such a dick.
Yeah, like
because that's what he's going through. And again, John Cena does so good in that. Like he does good in the emotional stuff too.
Man, there's a funny part. It's like I'm always thinking about it. Like
Eagly.
when the IT guy, when he trips and he broke his leg.
When he
broke his leg.
He was like, what the fuck?
He was like, how? He was so confused.
That was really well done. That was really well done.
Because he was like in shock that by a simple trip,
he was just like
his leg.
He was like, what the fuck?
Oh man!
And it was just trying to jump over a fence. That was really funny.
Not even. It was just a little one wood.
He just
plank.
tripped. He just tripped,
and his leg broke.
That was so well done, and the show. It was really funny, and again, I wasn't expecting much of it because I didn't really have a desire to watch it. But John Cena's Peacemaker is great.
Hardcore was cool.
Hardcore, Vigilante is he really stole the show, man. He really stole the show.
Like great.
There was one point that we thought wait, is he gonna die or something? And
I was like, please don't.
He was so good, and the show was really funny. I was really surprised at how funny it was, but it was like that kind of humor. Like I was like, I wasn't used to that humor before, And again, but it's just the delivery, and especially John Cena, especially like when he's naming all those celebrities, because you could have put anybody else on there, and then it's just him naming all, and that was improvised. It's really good. I like the way it was shot too. It's kind of like just the camera.
Like it had like a sitcom feel. Like
that mockumentary.
Yeah, like not sitcom. I meant like The Office.
Yeah, like a mockumentary type of style.
Yeah,
and it makes sense because that enhances the humor when they're talking. The camera's moving.
Yeah,
and that was really well done. But also the emotion was good, and there was some good action in it. I like the camera style. When it wasn't cutting,
I just love the part when they go to that thing because of the hive, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, don't just go and start killing people.
Yeah.
He goes in the first thing he starts shooting.
He puts the X-ray vision. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
And he's just shooting everyone.
Or what's the jiu-jitsu? What was his name?
Judo master.
Judo master with the hot Cheetos. when he's torturing Vigilante. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead.
They do it. And
they're like cutting off his toe, but like he's like, dude, what kind of maintenance are you doing on these tools? And he's like, fuck, and he's like still trying to cut it, but it was only like halfway through. He's like, oh my god. All that stuff was really well done, and James Gunn, he did really good with that stuff, man. Like, because that's like a funny, like rated R humor, like that you don't really see often. You kind of don't, especially like in the comic book world.
Yeah.
And
or the scene with John Cena in Hardcore, like those are funny.
Yeah, really good. And the cameos at the end, obviously.
That was the big one.
The big one when
even though they cut Cyborg,
the Justice League show up. Which was funny because, like watching it in context because they actually show up. He's like, oh, where the fuck were you guys? But like they cut out Batman and Cyborg. Apparently they were in the shot.
Yeah, you can tell.
And you can tell because it looks like edit out. And that was interesting. And then Aquaman says some lines with Flash and stuff, which Marvel filmed for James Gunn because he was already doing Guardians.
But if they cut Batman and Cyborg but they kept Superman, I think that is showing us that there's a chance that Henry Cavill,
Superman's there, but
I feel like they're trying to figure something out, or maybe they're just waiting.
Yeah, because
but I feel like
you don't see anybody's face but Aquaman and Flash.
Yeah, because they're there.
Yeah,
but I feel like Henry Cavill could return. I feel like he could.
No, I really hope so,
because if they cut Batman and Cyborg, why not just cut Superman then?
Yeah,
if you don't want them,
unless they just want to continue Superman with somebody else, but they're not sure yet. Because with Shazam was the same thing.
Like Henry Cavill.
Poor Henry Cavill, man. He could have showed up in Shazam. They didn't. He could have showed up here.
I feel like he's gonna show up in Shazam 2 or Black Adam.
Yeah, I would hope. That would be nice.
Or maybe Flash.
Yeah. So they got to bring him back. They would be stupid not to.
He's literally a great Superman. Yeah. You just don't want to bring him back.
But that cameo was funny, the dialogue with Aquaman and Flash. Some people didn't like it. I thought it was whatever. Like it was.
I think it was a quick 2 second scene.
Yeah, it was like a joke. Yeah.
It's not that serious.
And
it's not like we're not gonna get another Justice League ever.
Yeah,
again.
People were saying if it wasn't for Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's the first time we see them since the Justice League. Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, so either way, I don't even care about that scene. Like, it's a cool scene, but never. There's not going to be another Justice League for another.
Yeah, they just did that. It was a little.
As is, they have no Batman. They have no Superman right now.
Yeah.
Cyborg, I don't know what they're going to do because Ray Fisher,
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on with there.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Justice League is not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, but good show, really funny.
Scene, I don't know if people got so upset. It's like it was a quick.
Yeah, I didn't really care. It was cool seeing them.
It was cool,
but it was also kind of weird. It's like, oh, where's Batman? Oh, wait, I don't really see Henry Cavill. Like nobody's face is revealed except Yeah. And it just kind of reminds you that the state of Warner Brothers right now.
Yeah, everyone's talking about the body double for Wonder Woman.
Yeah. It just reminded me of that the inconsistencies with Warner Brothers right now. They don't know what they're doing. People are showing their all their movies, and it's just what a mess it is, right? Like you have like 2 Suicide Squad movies, and then you have like Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, but then also Batfleck.
Yeah, because I think I read somewhere that they're gonna replace Ben Affleck with Michael Keaton. That with the Flash, we're gonna do something where he's in.
Probably
like Michael Keaton's the new Ben Affleck,
and he does show up in Batgirl, and I don't know what they're doing. We'll have to wait and see. But
just bring back Henry Cavill, man.
Let's see. Back. Like the Suicide Squad was good, the new one. Peacemaker was good. I have no idea where DC's going at all. I'm looking forward to the Batman with Robert Pattinson. We're watching that next week.
That's his own thing.
And let's see. But
we got the early tickets.
I know. We'll be talking about that real soon. That's gonna be good.
We're gonna see it before everyone else.
Yeah, we got the fan screening.
God,
for that.
The spoilers are gonna be so bad.
Yeah, it is. But luckily, we're gonna be in that. We're part of it, and that's gonna be exciting.
I don't think that was a good idea. I feel like
it's not, but it's okay because we're watching it.
Yeah.
So
if
we weren't watching it, I would have been pissed.
I would have been like.
Yeah, I would have been pissed. But we're in it. We were able to get some seats last minute because that thing is completely sold out.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be really exciting. It's a good year for movies. So yeah, guys. Anything else before we wrap it up?
No, just Warner Brothers, get your shit together.
Yeah, and the Batman looks so good. Probably by our next episode, we'll be talking about Batman. Yeah, because
we'll have to be spoiler free.
We're watching Batman exactly a week from now.
It's
So
March 1st, right?
yeah, Tuesday. Yeah. So we're gonna be watching that real soon. We'll talk about it with you guys, non-spoiler, of course.
Spoiler, we're gonna say everything.
And we're gonna go to that fan event, and I'm excited. I'm excited for that. It's gonna be crazy. It looks good. There's some clips on there. I'm like, God.
Every time, I just look at it, I'm already hooked.
It just looks visually, it's just visually pleasing to look at. Like, oh my God, it just captivates you.
Dude, this is gonna be up there. I have I have a feeling. This is gonna be up there with like Dark Knight. Like
this might pass Dark Knight.
No, yeah, that's tough.
It might. But when we rewatched those, we were talking about this yesterday.
Oh yeah, because Dark Knight has it's a great film. It's amazing.
Joker's, that's the best Joker we'll ever get.
Like it's amazing that like.
But action-wise and like some little stuff here and there, I think this movie can top it.
Everyone talks about that scene with Harvey
with the
Dent.
mask.
Like, how did he not realize that was Joker until he took off the mask?
There's some little moments. It's an amazing movie, and it's probably one of the best Batman movies. Probably, I think it's the best. But
I feel like
this can top
movie,
it.
I don't know about top it.
Not villain-wise, but everything else.
I don't think nothing can top that. Just that scene of the prison cell alone.
Yes. And that's
like
what I'm
with
saying.
Batman and Joker.
That's why I'm saying
that is so well shot and acted that to me just keeps it number one because of the Joker scene.
Besides villain-wise, there's never gonna be a better villain than that.
No, but I just like even like the way it's I don't know, I just like the style of it.
No, yeah.
It's really well
I'm saying it's really well done, but I'm saying in every other aspect, I think this can pass it. Not I don't know about villain yet because Paul Dano as Riddler, which we haven't gotten a good Riddler. I think if he does really good, which he's really good, he can be right up there with Heath Ledger, but not as a Joker, as a Riddler. So if he can match up to that, but then Matt Reeves does everything else better, like action, because we know that the action for the Dark Knight movies were okay. There was a good moment,
especially in Rises. Rises was pretty rough.
So
in Rises, the only good scene was the Batman versus Bane,
which is the most important. Yeah,
but like, dude, the other ones with the extras.
But if they can top action-wise. You know, Robert Pattinson looks great. He doesn't have to be better than Christian Bale, but if he just match, it's its own thing. But in the sense of the way it looks, the cinematography.
No, but the way acting, this is a true 3-hour like noir detective Batman.
I think
story.
It could be up there. I think this could be up there, and it could pass if you don't include villains, right? Because obviously the Joker But if just as a Batman like noir like detective movie, 3 hours long. Looking at those shots, it could go up there. I get scared being hyped like this because we haven't seen it yet, but...
my God, but it's 3 hours.
And I love the fact that it's not an origin story. We're already starting off.
And Matt Reeves was talking about that this movie, he was talking about how this is not a... Like it's going to lead to a chapter 2. Oh, this is chapter 1, and he said that if this movie does well, then I'm going to do a sequel. So he's saying that this movie has a complete...
This is like a Batman meets Zodiac.
Yeah, but he was saying how this movie has a complete story.
Yeah,
like he says that
he's not sequel baiting.
Yeah, there's no sequel baiting.
Yeah, and he's treating it like
he said that if this does wrong, then I'll do part 2.
Yeah,
like
this movie looks tense.
And he said he wants to do Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
because we have he's doing Riddler. We haven't got a good Riddler. Mr. Freeze, we got Arnold, but that wasn't. It was not like
which
George
is the
Clooney.
same movie with Riddler, which was with Jim Carrey.
Does that with George Clooney?
Yeah, I think one of those. Yeah.
Or was that No, it wasn't Michael Keaton. No,
it was George Clooney.
Yeah,
that
was god awful.
So, I mean, what he wants to do with this...
Because a cool Mr. Freeze,
I
would like to see that. Like a Mr. Freeze. Give us different villains. The Joker is already
you can't, especially with Joaquin Phoenix doing his own take.
Because you can do a lot more different villains.
Yeah, and Riddler, I'm really excited about.
Penguin.
Yeah, well, Colin Farrell is Penguin.
And he looks great.
Let's see. We're really excited. We'll be talking about that soon.
But I feel like this could be up there with Dark Knight.
So good. It just looks so good. So good. Because
Batman Begins is good. Batman Begins is good. But it's typically it's origin.
It just feels like it's a superhero movie.
Dark Knight Rises, it's great. It was a good movie.
But it has big issues. But what I like about this, it doesn't feel like a superhero movie. It's not like here's the origin story. This is the setup movie. Like, no, this is already
year 2. He's a year 2. He's just angry.
This is him.
He's going.
We're not getting the origin story again, and him. Like, this is a whole other version of Batman that we haven't seen before, and that's really cool.
Do you think there's gonna be a sex scene in this movie?
This movie's not holding back.
Does there be a Batman fucks.
Batman fucks hard.
And remember that was trending.
Yeah.
And Zack Snyder posted that.
Yes,
that
guys.
Image. And Warner Bros. Made him take it down.
Yeah.
He got so much shit for that.
That's funny.
Poor Zack Snyder. Like, I always get shit for everything that he does.
Oh God, I can't wait to see this movie. All right. I guess we'll leave it at that.
3 hour.
I know.
You have what's her name? Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Yeah.
She's Catwoman. Yeah, Robert Pattinson as Batman, which looks badass.
Yeah.
The shots, like in the trailers and stuff.
Let's see.
And this is gonna be a 3 hour detective.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna have action. Because I have a feeling there's gonna be very little action.
Again, it's not going to be your typical superhero movie. Like, the action is going to service the story, but it's not the main point of the movie.
It's going to be more of that, detective him trying to figure it out.
And then there's going to be the action but it goes with the story. It's not just like, here's a big,
Yeah, like these Marvel movies where it's like, oh, here's your set piece.
Yeah. So, let's see.
And I like how everything's practical.
Yes.
Everything's practical. Like that scene when the car... going through the fire.
It just looks good.
That's all real, man. I like that.
I'm excited. We'll be talking about that. That'll be our next episode.
And his theme sounds good. I don't want to get too excited, but
yeah, I know.
But it's gonna be up there. This has potential to be up there with Christopher Nolan, like the Dark Knight.
Yeah,
because Dark Knight is amazing. Dark Knight is
All right, guys.
But I don't know. But I wouldn't say surpassed though. We don't know yet.
Let's see. I don't know.
But because Dark Knight is really good. Dark Knight is a really good movie.
Let's see.
Because Dark Knight is a really good movie.
All right, guys. Well, next time you hear from us, we will have seen Batman, and we'll give you our...
Either be excited or really disappointed.
No, let's see. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for listening. And feel free to like and subscribe. The channel's growing. It's doing well. We really appreciate your feedback and support on our latest short film, Reminiscence, is doing really well, and we like sharing that with you guys and getting your feedback, and it's been really cool to see what everybody thinks, and it's been really exciting, and we're gonna definitely be doing a lot more. And I also want to start, like what I was telling you, like doing behind the scenes of when we film and like share that on the channel, just because it's cool, And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, for listening, and until the next one.